Hello people of the world. Okay, so you came to the video because you've rushed and you don't know what to do. Now, if you can see my base is actually rushed. I don't know why I just said that, but anyway. Um, Now, I've got all of my builders working, and although they're on cheap stuff, they're still working. All 5 of them are working, no problem. Now I will be putting raids on in the background to watch. You can see here that I do win defenses and I do also win attacks. Now, although I'm not in a high league, I still do get a lot of loot. Um, Now that well, it's not dependent. It's due to a lot of different things. Just as a side note, if you've rushed, do not rush anymore. Like, if you've rushed to Town Hall 9 and you haven't got a decent defense or anything, do not rush anymore. You want to max out your... crap, I keep pressing the wrong one. You want to max out your defenses before you start going to the next Town Hall. You can actually punish yourself, or you are actually punishing yourself by rushing. I can't speak today. So first step number 1 would be to get your builders. If you do not have all of your builders, do them. Get your achievements up. You can do achievements and you can get your all 5 builders by Town Hall 8 or Town Hall 9. So that's good. So the more that you've got, the faster it is to get back from the rush. Now, the second tip that would be make sure that you've placed all of your towers for your Town Hall. So if you're Town Hall 9, make sure that you've placed your expos, your Teslas, all the walls, everything. Make sure that you've also got your walls leveled up to level 6. At level 6 they're decent. It's quite cheap to level your walls up at the lower levels. So that'll keep you protected from some attacks. You don't want to stay there with wooden walls and then you've got good defense. It just doesn't work against some troops like Valkyries and all the rest of it. Third tip would be max out your collectors. If you have not upgraded any of your collectors, or your collectors are low at your Town Hall, do not leave them low. You want to make sure that you have the best income as possible to gain back from your rush. You can punish yourself, or you can lose out on a lot of resources if you do not have your collectors up. Now, another tip that we'll give would be, if your towers are low, make sure that they're balanced out, if that makes any sense. So if you've got a level, I don't know, 3 mortar sitting there, do not leave it at level 3. Upgrade it as soon as you can. And make sure it's balanced out with all the other towers. You don't want to leave one side is open to a certain type of attack, like, I don't know, say a swarm of barbarians come in and your mortars are low, then they'll die. Well, you'll lose a lot of resources. I don't know why I say funny things. Anyway, this is because I can't talk today. Anyway, once you've placed everything, you placed all your walls, you placed everything as much as possible, then I can't think of what I was going to say. Then you want to start worrying about a layout. A good layout helps a lot. The better your layout, no matter if you rushed, it's possible for your defense to win. Another tip that would be, look for dead bases. If you do not look for dead bases, you will suffer. This is a dead base, completely dead base. If you look at here, his Inferno towers are low. Well, I say low. I don't know what level they are, but they look to be... I don't even know why I'm saying that either. They're dead. That's what I was trying to say. They're dead. They have nothing inside. You can see that because of the orange glow is gone. Now, if you look at the expos, the expos look like they're out of ammo because there's like a line down the middle to say that it's out. If you look at the collector here, you can see that's almost full. you can tell because the dark elixir inside is like a darker colour than it usually would be. The lighter the collector is, the less resources in them. And as you can see, the little gold mine there, and also the storage right next to it, that has completely full gold in it. Well, it looks to be full gold. It's jam-packed anyway. Now if I start this raid, you don't have to actually have a good army. You just need to make sure that you learn what all of the troops do for your town hall. I've seen a lot of people, they'll rush town hall and they don't know how to attack. They don't know what half of the troops do, and they just spam them down thinking that they'll do something, and they won't, because you don't know how to use them in the right situation. All the troops are good, they're just different. Well, not the different, but they're all good for different situations. Now if you look here, I haven't used an expensive army, and if you look on the left, available loot, I get all of that loot. I don't know whether you've seen the 100% bit, but nevertheless I get 100% on the base because A, it's dead, and B, it's got a lot of loot for taking. Just as a side tip, if you've got a queen attacking you, if you drop a poison spell on it, the actual queen or the king or whatever you're dropping it on, that will also attack slower, so that's handy. Tip number 6 or 7, whichever, which I've already explained. Learn how to attack for your level. Don't just spam a load of packers down and expect them to do good. Your cheap troops will also do just as enough, if not better, if you've used them effectively. Learn what each troop does. So the more you learn about what troop is good for what situation, the easier it is to gain the loot, the easier it is and the faster it is to gain back from your rushed base. Level up your cheap troops, because obviously they're cheap and they can be effective when you know how to use them. So giants are good in packs. One on their own, it's okay, but it's not going to do enough damage. You need to make sure that your army is balanced in troops. So make sure that you've got all the tanky troops, which would be the giants and the golems, in front of all the archers. Don't put the archers down first and then whatever tanks behind, otherwise it's just ineffective. And the less ineffective it is, the worse you'll do on raids. Let's see, so see here, that base has got good walls, but I know how to use my troops effectively, so that's how I got the percentage I did on it. Good spell placement as well. I've seen people, they'll place a spell down in front or just as the troop is taking damage. That is not how you want to use. Now if I just pause it here, you can see that poison that was placed down is also placed on his king and queen, so that allows my archers to back up my giants but also destroy the stuff on the way, and then it allows my giants to get into the base successfully. The reason I placed that haste spell there is because it's the main entrance to the base, which means that the giants, if they want to spread, they can spread without suffering about any of the troops, the attack damage troops, falling in front. Good bomb placement is also really good. Apparently bombs, giant bombs, are good against bomb towers, so you want to make sure that they're leveled up. Do not enter wars. I know it sounds stupid and you're like, well, I want to win a war, I'm desperate to go on war but I'm rushed. Don't be afraid to say to your clan members, look, I'm going to sit out for a couple of wars and farm up all of my elixir until you know you're happy with going into the war. A good clan castle placement is also effective. If you've got a high level clan, one clan castle can stop a whole raid if they don't have poisons or they don't have enough troops to take out your clan castle. Now, each goblin there is really cheap to place, so goblins are really effective, especially if their storages are on the outside. You can snipe that. Don't worry about trophies. A really bad thing to do is worry about trophies when you're leveling up your base and all the rest of it. It's better to farm than it is to have a higher league. League doesn't mean skill or whatever, because people can just come in and drop trophies because they're looking for loot. You want to make sure that you look for loot. And I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. So I hope you enjoyed and this helped. And if I've missed anything, then make sure to can't even speak. Make sure to check the description, and I'll make sure that all the tips and stuff are down there. And if I've got any more, then I'll always update this video to make sure that the video has plenty of content to read and all that. Also, you want to level your heroes up. You'll be surprised how many raids you can lose with without your heroes. Now, all I've got is my Archer Queen, but I actually at one point just kept losing. See there? See at the bottom? I don't win this because my heroes are low level, or I don't have heroes on, like all my heroes placed. Probably just heard me dad shouting downstairs, but yeah, hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to take all the tips into account and all the rest of it. And I shall see you. Oh! Just a last tip before I'm gone. If you have a good layout and all the rest of it, make sure that you level your highest damaging towers up. So if you're Town Hall 9, make sure that you level up your expos. Your expos do a hell lot of damage if you've leveled them up. If you've rushed to Town Hall 11, then get your eagle leveled up. It's an awful lot of gold, but it's worth it. It honestly is worth it. And same with Inferno Towers. If you've rushed to Town Hall 10, get your Inferno Towers leveled up. Teslas are another one. If you rush to Town Hall 8, then your Teslas do an awful lot of damage. Same with splash damage. They're high level, high damaging troops. And if you're getting queen walked, or heroes are doing a lot of damage on your base, I'm losing connection here. If heroes are doing a lot of damage on your base, then you want to get your cannons leveled up. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Hope it helped, and don't forget to check the description. And I shall see you guys in the future. Away!